Hey YouTube, Dragoon84 here doing a rant outside. Well, there's a couple of things that I've been trying so hard to hold in, but after I had a really bad evening last night because the stupid trains ruined my plans to go to that hat tournament, I can't hold this in any longer. I'm practically cracked. Sorry. Now this is mainly a rant about people not respecting my wishes and decisions regarding certain things. Like first of all, I'm getting really sick and tired of people trying to get me to play games that I don't want to play, like whether it's like video games or other TCG card games, mainly Master Duel and Digimon. I'll get to Master Duel in a moment. But I swear, almost every time I go to a game night, someone tries to rope me into playing Digimon, but I don't fucking want to, because I don't care for other TCG card games. Like, I couldn't care less for Digimon, or Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Cardfight Vanguard, or whatever. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's the only trading card game I care about and want to play. I just don't have the time, patience or money to get into another card game and invest in it. Same goes for video games that certain people are trying to get me to play. It doesn't matter if it's like things like Phasmophobia, Grounded, random zombie games or whatever. And then of course there's Master Duel. Like, I have even said time and time again very clearly that I'm not interested in Master Duel and don't want to play it. So why the hell are people still trying to rope me into it? Again, it's something I don't have the time and the patience for. I really don't want to have to go through grind games just to get 3 Dark Magician structure decks and maybe even cards for my Elemental Hero and Rainbow Neo stacks. Because obviously if I did get into it, I would play my 3 signature decks, but it's just too much hassle getting certain cards that are needed. Not to mention that there's too many decks being played that I fucking hate and don't want to deal with. I sure as hell don't want to play against my hated decks in, the actual TCG game, so why would I want to encounter them in Master Duel? I'm getting fed up of this. And even if there were any games, like on Xbox Live or whatever, that did interest me, I can't spare the money for them, because, like I keep saying, I am trying to save up for a box of Cyberstorm Access, a box of Dual Nexus, possibly a brand new laptop with lots of memory so I can save the movie on there and edit it, and maybe even my 2 end of year videos, and more importantly, my wedding. I can't spare the money for anything else really, especially not video games. I'm trying to prioritise here. So yeah, point is, enough about Master Duel and Digimon. I don't want to hear it anymore. I mean, I will happily watch Master Duel gameplay videos, but that's it. And speaking of trying to get me to play certain things, this brings me to the next thing that I'm getting fed up of. People trying to get me to play a deck that I don't want to play, which of course is one of my big generalised pet peeves, which I already ranted about. Like, I don't even know why I'm going over this again, but there we are. Yeah, whenever people try and get me to play a deck that I don't want to play, that actually pisses me off. Like, whether it's trying to get hold of an archetype deck that's coming out in an upcoming set, or whether they're trying to get me to play their deck. Like, and yeah, that actually pisses me off. Like, I have enough decks as it is, and like I keep saying, I'm trying not to build or rebuild any more decks. I mean, sure, I'm working on ice barriers, and I'm gonna make my fiance a pass-form, a Chaos Dragon deck, a Pearly deck, and rather begrudgingly a Traptrix deck, but that's it. Like, I don't want to play any others. Like, I've got enough of my own as it is. Furthermore, whenever I do, I want to use my own deck. Like, unless I ask if I can borrow someone's deck, I want to use my own deck. So stop trying to get me to play another deck. I'm getting fed up of it. Same goes for cards that I don't want to play. Like, I'm getting sick and tired of, like, people making competitive suggestions, Dragoon being the main thing. Like, and I've already said many times that I hate Dragoon and don't want to play it, and yet even when I'm not doing a Dark Magician deck profile or doing a video where I'm ranting about Dragoon, I still get someone saying, oh, play Dragoon, you should play Dragoon. Yeah, how about no and fuck off? Seriously. Like, this even came up recently in my Red Eyes Black Dragon deck profile. Like, it was quite interesting, actually. I was even going to say that no one's yet brought up Dragoon in a Red Eyes deck profile, and yet it happened just the other day. So now I'm going to have to disable comments on my Red Eyes deck profiles, because yeah, that's how fed up I am of people giving me shit over Dragoon and trying to get me to play Dragoon. Like, the Dragoon bullshit is just getting out of hand now, and it's gone too fucking far. Last time this came up after I did a Dark Magician deck profile, someone said, well, people look for the best and competitive builds of deck profiles. Most people being competitive players, or players who want to be competitive, and they want to look for the best possible version of this deck, even if it means sacrificing creativity for broken cards. I mean, that's all very well, but the thing is, I don't care about what they want. You know, I only care about what I want, and that is to play my Dark Magician and Red Eyes decks my way, and for the Dragoon fanboys, elitist snobs, toxic players, or anyone really with too much of a competitive mindset to back off. Like, like I keep saying, I'm just getting fed up of it, and I'm also fed up of people saying in my profiles or whatever, oh, you should play this card and that card, or you should play this deck this way if you want to be competitive. But what people still aren't realising is that I'm not a competitive player. Like, I have no interest in competitive play, okay? I want no part of the competitive side, and I'm fed up of people bringing competitive aspects of the game into the casual side. I mean, fair enough, like, some people who initially watch my duels and deck profiles probably don't know that, but which is fair enough, but here's the thing, like, the fact that, like, I'm not playing Dragoon in my Dark Magician and Red Eyes decks, along with the fact that I don't play Ash, Droll, the Psy-Frame engine, Pot of Prosperity, Triple Tactics Talents, and Cross-Out Designator in pretty much absolutely everything, and don't showcase meta deck profiles or competitive duels involving meta, should be a big enough hint to suggest that I don't play competitively. Like, I mean, sorry if it disappoints anyone, but this is not a channel that caters to competitive players. Now, alright, yes, I've made a temporary comeback to tournaments lately, but that's just it. It's a temporary comeback to achieve a certain goal, and once I've achieved that goal, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to play in current format tournaments anymore. I'll be completely done, and I want absolutely nothing to do with the competitive side of Yu-Gi-Oh! After that. I mean, maybe I'll consider some competitive suggestions in the meantime, but that doesn't mean I'm in this for the long haul, you know? And speaking of competitive decks, I'm getting really sick and tired of people trying to get me to play against Traptrix. Like, I feel like I'm the only one by now who absolutely hates Traptrix and just hates that they got a structure there. And you know, everyone's jumping on the Traptrix bandwagon, and I'm getting fed up of people trying to get me to play against it. Like, it's like, are you trying to torment me and make me suffer? Like, that deck does too many things that don't let me play the game. Like, it only exists just to piss everyone off. Like, especially with Bottomless, Rafflesia, and that stupid Link 2 existing. Like, they're the source of my hatred for Traptrix. And I also hate that Mamilio can search up Bottomless, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, is one of my most hated traps in the game of all time, because it's a cheap shot banish card, especially when it's used on Dark Magician. Like, it doesn't bother me that much if it banishes anything else, but, like, banishing Dark Magician is just crossing the line, not just with Bottomless, but anything, but that's a different story. Yeah, it's just a cheap, dirty and disrespectful way to get rid of a classic, iconic monster. I mean, during my brief return to tournaments, I will still play against it in tournaments. Yes. Yeah, I'll have to try and get past them if I want to either get further or play against the people who I want to play against. But I am not playing against them in casual games. I refuse. You can't make me. Then again, the same can be said for, like, any deck that I hate, but that's beside the point. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Of course, on a side note, which is kind of unrelated, I'm getting fed up of people complaining about the music I use for my EdoPro games, or most of them anyway, and the fact that people, like, don't watch some of my first 3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Movies because of it. Now, regarding the EdoPro duels, well, that's up to you if you want to watch those or not, but it's just really hurtful that you won't watch, like, my first 3 movies, or some of the movies, all because you don't like the music I use in EdoPro duels that I put in, you know. And I put a lot of hard work and effort into those movies, and, you know, this is just hurtful. Now, believe me, I would use better music, like, for any of these things, if I could, like, particularly Yu-Gi-Oh! Music, but I can't. If I did, then I'll probably get a copyright warning, or a copyright strike. Even if I put a disclaimer saying, I don't own the music belongs to its rightful owners, I'm not trying to breach copyright or make a profit or whatever, but YouTube are just so fucking tight about this, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, you still have to use the music. And it's like, who the hell am I supposed to contact to get permission to use this music? And how? It's impossible! So, like, I have to make do with what I have. Otherwise, the alternative is just hearing breathing, the sound effects, which can get annoying after a while, or just absolutely nothing. In fact, I once did DevPro duel videos when no sound was played, and someone complained that there was no sound or music or whatever. And now that I've added it, it's like, for fuck's sake, I just can't please anyone! This is just ridiculous, but, like, regarding all the other things, I'm just sick and tired of it, and it has to stop. After all, no means no! So please, for the love of God, be respectful of my wishes and decisions. A lot of these things have just got out of hand and got too far. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Thanks for watching.